It was the most sophisticated cybercrime campaign ever mounted. Millions of computers worldwide hit by a gang headquartered in Russia. Not content with stealing money from people's bank accounts, they also blackmailed their targets, then hijacked their machines to snare others. For months, this program has been following the victims and was given exclusive access to the police operation to take down a gang that targeted hundreds of businesses and thousands of computer users in the United Kingdom. Jeff White has this report.
Always on, always connected. Computers hold your most intimate information, your most vital documents. What if someone else could seize control of it without your knowledge? The world's largest cybercrime gang has unleashed a powerful new virus called Game Over Zeus, which can access every part of your computer. They can steal your money, hold your most personal details to ransom, and then force your machine to snare other victims. It's a crime spree on a global scale.
I lost everything. Everything.
In a period of 3 minutes, we were £100,000 down.
It is the biggest cybercrime in history. Up to £500 million has been stolen by some of the world's most elusive thieves. This programme has learned one of the few clues as to their identity. They check whether their victim's computer keyboard is in Russian and only strike if it's not.
And today, US officials charged 5 people with links to Russia or Ukraine under Operation Tovar. On the FBI's most wanted list, Russian Yevgeny Bogachev.
Bogachev, a true 21st century criminal who commits cyber crimes across the globe with the stroke of a key and the click of a mouse. The Game Over Zeus botnet affects victims around the world and rests on cyber infrastructure set up by the criminals in a half a dozen countries. And Game Over Zeus is the most sophisticated and damaging botnet we have ever encountered.
Channel 4 News was given exclusive access to the UK arm of the operation as police here fought to protect victims in the British Isles. Chef Eunice Power runs her business from home, her laptop a treasure trove of work and personal information, her entire digital life. One click on the wrong email and it was hijacked by the criminals. The first thing they did was scramble her files, then kindly offer to unscramble them for several £100s. In other words, good old-fashioned blackmail.
These are photographs from my son's first communion, which was 5 years ago.
Her cherished files were still there, but the contents were unrecognisable.
I immediately unplugged the computer, thinking that that might sort it out, and then plugged it again, and no, it was still there. And then at this stage, it's flashing up an amount of time. You've got 72 hours to pay a ransom. I had an external backup, which was plugged in at the time, so that was all encrypted as well. I actually could feel like perspiration coming out through me. Then we ran out of time. I lost everything. Everything. Family photographs, recipes, payroll, my accounts package. It was devastating.
Eunice was hit by this, CryptoLocker. Slick enough to look like antivirus software, it makes blackmailing you look almost like a service. Think the police can help? Think again.
If this comes on your screen, it's already too late.
Even you as law enforcement, with all the skill, all the expertise, all the kit you've got, even you wouldn't be able to untangle the files.
No, only the criminals have the code that is necessary to unencrypt these files, and there's nothing we can do to generate it. We've had solicitors firms, we know of law enforcement in America where entire police stations have been encrypted. We've seen academic institutions that have been hit with this. As I say, it's utterly indiscriminate. Effectively, you could be wiped out as a business because of this.
Doctors' surgeries, solicitors, police stations all paid the ransom to save their confidential files. And yes, the criminals gave them back.
If they don't provide the decryption key back, the internet will let the world know that they're not good to their word and no one will ever pay them again.
So it's bad PR if they don't untangle your files if you pay them.
This is run like a business, it'd be bad PR.
This is industrial-scale cybercrime. With cash to rival any Silicon Valley tech firm, these thieves deliver a personalised service. Once on your machine, they're keen to get to know you. Security expert Don Smith has spent months tracking them.
These guys have almost certainly got better access to your computer than you do. Anything that you can do on your computer, they can do on your computer.
So, we had a willing victim open the attachment on the criminal's convincing but fake email. What exactly can the thieves do?
The bad guys can trivially enable the webcam of a victim. I can watch the entirety of an individual's online presence covertly, and they have absolutely no idea that I'm doing that.
Scrambling your files for ransom is just one option. The thieves' main target is your bank account.
We can use the virus on the machine to tamper and change the online banking session between the end user and their bank without anybody being aware of it. We injected a pop-up which captured somebody's credit card number, and if I look in my database here, I can see the card number that the victim submitted and the CVV number.
It was tactics like this the gang used against hundreds of British businesses last autumn. Once inside a victim's online account, they snoop around for maximum profit. At this varnish factory in Birkenhead, they lined up 2 payments, then used fake bank web pages to trick an employee into authorising them.
Accounts managers doing a normal thing, checking the account, trying to see what was available, who we could pay. She prompted 2 payments by entering her security code. By entering it twice, she'd authorised 2 payments. So we started out as a normal day. Ultimately, by the afternoon, in a period of 3 minutes, we were £100,000 down, and utter disaster.
The company got its money back from the bank after a fight, but soon learned of other victims who weren't so lucky.
So the phone starts ringing. I probably had 40 to 50 phone calls, and I accumulated the loss at around about £3.5 million between those businesses.
In fact, there are millions of victims worldwide. One infected computer spreads the virus to others who become targets for theft and blackmail before spreading the virus still further. It's a global web. But finally, this weekend, the FBI joined UK police and tech companies in an unprecedented operation to bring it down.
We're having to take some extraordinary action that's never been done on this scale before. This is the largest operation I've personally been involved in 28 years in law enforcement, and truly global. In essence, we're trying to break the mechanism by which this network of infected computers can communicate between itself and also between itself and its masters.
Despite today's charges, it's unlikely the gang will be rounded up anytime soon. They can vanish into cyberspace at the press of a button. The fear is they will soon be back.